Hello, everyone, and welcome to another full game breakdown. We've chosen another demolition game as well. For those of you who did watch the first one we did, thank you so much for watching that one. I know that one was kind of long. This one might be a little bit long too because the game we chose did end up going to a 7-7. Mainly, I chose this one because it went to 7-7 and because of what the score was before kind of like the tides turned, right? Like before the tables turned in the game. It was looking like a blowout for one side, and then all of a sudden it became a 7-7. So it was a very intense game towards the end, and it was a very surprising game as well. This is between 437 EU versus Phantom Troupe. This was the semifinals of the November Qualifier 1. So this just happened this past week, Saturday, for the first qualifier here in the $10,000 event for November. And again, it was 437 EU versus Phantom Troupe. So 437 EU, as you can see on screen right now, was actually in the October 10K. They were right here. Inc G, which I just put for short. It's actually Incredible Giaroli. But that name is way too long to type over and over again for me in my notes, so I just write Inc G. Don't get it confused with Inc, who used to play for Justice and Gaming Gorillas. Is back on Justice, but there are some roster changes. But that's not what we're talking about. So Incredible Giaroli, Tykins, Kazaki, and Hippo all played for 437 EU, and they were the, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They were originally the 12th seed, but because Brave Penguin dropped out on the day of the tournament, they moved up. They were the 11th seed. They ended up finishing 9th to 12th. So that 9th through 12th place finish, 437 EU was one of those teams. So they finished in the top 12, I guess you could say, of the last 10K out of 16 teams. But they stuck together. Same roster came through. On their side of the bracket, it was actually looking pretty free. I mean, to me, Frenchies were the only competition they had up there. But they ended up losing 2-0 to Phantom Troupe. Spoilers, if you haven't seen that match already. It is on the channel, so go ahead and watch that if you haven't already, if you want to watch that full 2-game set. Or that full best-of-3 set that they had. Phantom Troupe, on the other hand, is a team that was just put together, but it does have some notable names. If you actually look down here at the duo +2, you have Big Gucci, Abe, Modulus. They had Soka, who replaced Nemes, right? I don't know if Nemes couldn't play or maybe they dropped him. Whatever it is, they picked up Soka for the actual main event bracket. But in the qualifiers, they were using Nemes. So just take those same 3 players, minus Soka, of course. So Big Gucci, Abe, and Modulus, they played together under the Duo +2 name. And now they're back under Phantom Troupe. And that 4th player they picked up did not play in the October. We actually haven't seen this player in a main event for, I think, 2 or 3 months at the least that I can remember off the top of my head, but it was Klosar, one of those EU players. So let's go ahead and take a look at this game that we have here. Of course, we can skip through this, blah, 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 blah. We're talking. All right, so the map that we're going to is Lockdown. Pretty offensive-sided map. Wasn't looking that way to begin with. All right, so here we go. We've got Ronin being the ban from 437 EU, and this was the ban from Phantom Troupe. It was Dima. This kind of threw everyone through a loop, kind of spun some heads. Big question marks coming through. No one understood why this was happening. I guess they thought maybe the EU team wanted to use Dima on Lockdown. It's pretty good on the attack side, I guess you could say, if you're going towards that B site most of the time. It can really, you know, the Merv launcher plus the grenades, the EMPs can really push the defenders out of that double door in the back, and then the offense, the attackers can kind of take control of that site, I guess is what they were trying to avoid there. So we're locking in some rogues here. All right, so we're taking a look. No Dima in play, so could see the Anvils come out on defense. Could see the glitch come out, but unfortunately there was no glitch. All right, so we're taking a look here. We've got a Scorch on the defensive side for Incredible Giaroli. This is interesting. Didn't think we would see a Scorch on defense. Thought maybe we'd see her on attack, but we are seeing her on the defensive side here. We're also going to see, obviously, the Kestrel, the Dahlia. Those are pretty standard. Kestrel's still really good. Even though in October, she was the 3rd most picked rogue overall, behind Dahlia being number 1 and Dallas being number 2. That's for both game modes combined as well. So, of course, we're going to see the Dahlia, and on both sides, we'll see those Dahlias, of course, come through, and the Kestrels as well. But a little bit different shakeup for the other 2 rogues on both sides. We've got the Scorch and the Seeker on defense. I like the Seeker on lockdown especially. Can play outside, can play inside. Right off the plane jump, you can get those reveals onto the B site as well. See if the offense is trying to push through there. On the offensive side, I like the Chalk, get very aggressive. You also, with the Talon, combined with that, have double flashbang coming through on that attacking side. There's no Anvil on the other side. Like, obviously, if this went through like a draft kind of thing and you could see what the other team's picking, you would eventually be like, okay, we need to go with Anvil. You can go the Dahlia Anvil combo so that 2 people don't get flashed, and it's not as bad, but that's not what happened here. So let's go ahead and see if we could just, a little bit too far there. Let's stretch this out a little bit so we can. All right, so here we are. Again, the game sound, not important right now. So we're watching the defenders. Fun fact, I was actually one of the observers for the Road Cup Qualifier 1. So I was working with production as one of the observers. There's 2 observers. If no one ever realized how this works, so behind the scenes action real quick to explain how observing works. It gets pretty difficult too because we can't determine who we're going to, but there's 2 observers. So basically observer 1 in Demolition. In King of the Hill, it's a little different. Just make sure you're not on the same person when there's 2 observers. But for Demolition, Observer 1, which is who I was, my job is to try and spectate the blue team as much as possible the entire time, right? If I'm ever on a person on red, it's because everyone from blue is dead, or because I misclicked on accident and went towards that. So I have to quickly click off of that and go back to someone on the blue side, right? And then Observer 2's job is to stay on the red team at all times. Doesn't matter who's on attack and defense. So just quick little, I saw a lot more things happen from the Phantom Troupe team that probably weren't in this video because this is the broadcast video. They swap between the observer feeds throughout the feed, so that's usually how it works. All right, so the reveal comes through. I like that. They see that 3 people are there. Just a quick note, by the way, Modulus on this chalk about 3 or 4 rounds in a row. I'm going to tell you guys what happened. Goes towards red room, which is that hallway on the left side of where Seeker is now, and it's got the red lights, right? That's red room or just red. Because big play from, I think it's Kazaki playing the Scorch. Chalk throws the flashbang and rages up like he's going to push through red, but Scorch stops him 3-4 times in a row, pops her overheat ability in case he pushes through that red, and also throws an incend to do damage and also delay the timer on him having to fight Chalk with that rage. So Chalk gets damage done to him, delays the push, doesn't have rage available if he decides to push afterwards. Doesn't have a flashbang anymore either because it's the first round and you only have 1 of those. So Kazaki did a great job at holding Modulus off of that push at least 3 or 4 rounds. So we got a bounce nade coming through. C2 on pillar. Downs 1 with that. I like that bounce nade that came through. Little double off the wall. Everyone died on the left side. So that's Modulus. Abe goes down. That's your reveal. Klosar's all by himself. And there you go. All right, so 1 person on the left side did not die, and it was the Kestrel. This is becoming a 1v1 here, but the revive's coming through. Now it's a 2v1. Gucci's in a bit of a pickle here once the regen comes on. They're not going to push. They're not going to get too aggressive. Remember, they have to plant the bomb. They know where he's at. If he goes right, they know that. If he leaves, they know that. Only 50 seconds remaining on the clock as well. Has to make a play for the bomb. This is pretty standard defense. Just stay alive. Don't overcommit. going for the bomb plant. That's when they're going to make their move. Actually get the bomb plant. A little bit of a pinch play. He downs one, but he's low enough. So the defense didn't play that tremendously perfect, but they played it well enough. So they will still be able to get the job done. Defuse and 2 revives for Seeker. And he also got, I think, 1 or 2 downs. So Hippo's going to be doing a pretty good job with the money in their pocket. Ah, yes, we can see this replay here. This is when you see this. So he pops the rage after he throws the flashbang. He's already lost a teammate off that bounce nade from Hippo. So you can see he's already lost a teammate. Well, a teammate's already down. That's huge because it's the person that is linked to him, as you can see here, right? So he's the one linked. But Abe's playing all the way on the left side over here, not near Chalk. Goes down to the bounce nade. So just unfortunate for him. Is this going to play? What the heck is happening? There we go. So you see here, he rages up. Kazaki pops the overheat. You can't hear it, but he does. His arm's on fire. Throws the incense. That's going to do damage. What's he at? He's at about 70. A little under 100 before Ink starts getting shots off. See, incredible Giroli gets those shots. Beautiful down there. Has help from him. Did go down just quickly after as well. There you see Hippo, 2 downs, 2 revives, has an assist as well. A lot of money coming in for the Seeker, so they're getting a lot of value out of this Seeker here on defense. They're also getting a ton of value out of the Scorch already as well. There you go. Flashbang comes through, but Giroli knows exactly where he needs to go. You can tell by the way his arm is positioned, he is also popping the overheat. And it's okay that he's flashbang because his teammate, who we have the POV right now, just Kazaki playing the Dahlia, can tell Giroli, who he's linked to, like, hey, you know, stop right there. You're in front of the wall. He popped it. He's also watching his back in case anyone tries to come through hallway. That hasn't happened yet. We can see that Modulus is here. They can also see this, by the way, because he's revealed, Abe's revealed, Closar's revealed. The only ones that's not revealed is Gucci, but that's okay because they know this is a 4-man push because of 3 being here. So you're going to see Seeker on the right side. This time, Modulus elects to go left side, has the bomb, has the link, but off that bounce nade once again. Who goes down? Tykins with the bounce nade this time. Who is down? Abe off the link. That is not good. I don't know why this keeps pausing like this. So he tries and push Ink G from the other side. Might miss the opportunity to get Kazaki. Had to reload. Talon goes down off pole right here, or lockers, I guess. And now they're just going to push very aggressively. There you go. Get that down. Dahlia did get picked up for the attackers, but wasn't able to get that link pickup off of Chalk. He goes down. Bomb is way out of their possession. Hippo's doing a good job of covering. Heard the garage door open. Nice crossfires coming through from the back of their spawn. And that is a pretty easy defense once again. It's all because of those opening frags off of those bounce nades. Those bounce nades, especially getting that Dahlia off of those, that is a massive plus sign, right? If you can get their revive down as quick as possible, even if they allow them to stand up, it's okay. So the flashbang comes through. Ink G's already there, throws the Semtex, but guess what he did before he dodge rolls away from the Semtex? He puts down the incense, has the overheat popped once again, so now they cannot push through that red room for a matter of time. That time is huge because now he has to push through this way again. You have Tykins looking this way. They did smoke it off from the Dahlia, but again, ladies and gentlemen, Hippo with the Riptide in hand. Who is that first down? We've got to point it out when it happens. It is the Dahlia. Massive play happening there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have a heart attack with this thing today. So he does find Kazaki, okay, but Ink G's there. Doesn't matter. Now Modulus starting to make some plays. Kazaki actually went down to Closar, so Good help from Closar, but the revives are coming through. Look at that. Look at that. Dahlia gets picked up. It's now a 3v3. Bomb still in Chalk's hands, trying to go for this. Tykin's playing a little bit of back and forth with them. Ends up losing the fight. Gucci goes down, however, and then the rest of them just go down as well. Don't know how that third one went down, but Gucci losing that 1v1 in red. And then, of course, left the Chalk all by themselves. The duo +2, by the way, with Gucci, Abe, and Modulus finished 9th through 12th in the previous main event for October's 10K as well. So both these teams, I guess you could say pretty evenly matched, but I would have given the slight advantage to 437U because they didn't make a roster change. You know, Phantom Troupe only added Closar, but still. And also, I thought they were a little bit of a more upwards trending team here in the past month or two. But it's looking that same way. There's the inset. Look at him dodging all of the bullets, getting out of dodge, just gaining some intel, stopping that aggressiveness from Chalk, right? Chalk's very aggressive. Talon's using his flashbangs on the left side, playing off pole. Couldn't finish that down. That's massive, right? Flashbang comes through. Hippo's already helping. Abe is down. 2 are out. Make that 3. Chalk's left all alone, and the rest of the team collapsing on. This is all so successful for the defense because of literally 2 things. They're isolating Abe with the Dahlia and getting that knock. That delays the push, right? Because you have to, even if it's not Dahlia, it still delays the push because they got to pick that person up. But when it is the Dahlia, you have to do that by hand. And then the other thing they're doing that is a massive win condition for this defense is because they have this double flashbang, they only have one person who can lay down smoke, so you can only get 2 smokes at most for the Dahlia to go A. So they want a flashbang entry into B site, but it's not working because, again, Dahlia's going down so early. That delays the push, and then Giaroli's playing that red room so beautifully. This time we're going to see them going towards the A push. You can see Tykin's already taking shots. Trying to figure out if anyone's coming behind them. Remember, there's no Ronin, so everyone's going to be revealed by this dart. Anyone who tries to cross that dart's line of sight in that back area there. Bounce nade comes through. That was a little bit of a misplay with the bounce grenade, just unlucky. Nice drones come in from Tykin's, finishes it up as well. They lose Chalk as well. Bomb did get planted though, so Chalk did get something done there this time. Now stuck in luggage is Abe. He has 3 people rushing him. He's ended up going down. Closar went down to a bounce nade as well, and that cleans it up. Nice retake. It's much easier for the defense to play this A site than it is for the attackers. So, you know, the defense, this comp, it favors the A site a little bit more than it does the B site. The only thing that favors them on the B site is, of course, the Seeker Bow and that Scorch, but that Scorch is doing a great job. This attack composition from Phantom Troupe is purely an B site push, excuse me. This is a B site composition. They just are unable to do it successfully because that Scorch. And now coming into this, remember I said I don't know about this Scorch on defense, but it is the win condition for them here on this B site. They are playing it so beautifully off red room. Not able to get anything in there. You can see they get the reveal, but then they get flashbang. That's okay. Dahlia's playing her normal spot. She's going to advance a little bit, try and see if anyone's on lockers. They do have intel on lockers. Nice nade comes off. Guess who's dead? It's Abe. They get Gucci with a nade from Kazaki. Hippo with the bounce nades onto Abe. It's like he's a magnet. He's got to change up his positioning because the Dahlia cannot be going down. They hold off that push from Modulus in red room with the incense and the overheat pop once again. And then everything just starts to fall apart. So, again, Abe going down so early. Giaroli playing that Scorch in red room, keeping Modulus at bay. Perfect play from this defense here. And this is when they really start to figure things out from the attackers. They're like, okay, we can't keep doing that. Look at Abe. Tough day for him. 0 elims, 0 downs, 1 assist, and 0 revives. That is not the Dahlia scoreline you like to see. see a nice replay here. He did find one down. Tried to finish that off. Still couldn't. Ended up going down. But the bounce nades from Hippo have been devastating the back line here for a Phantom Troupe. Let's see if Abe makes any adjustments. Looking like he's going to be playing in the same spot. And he goes down super early. They noticed that Abe was the only one pushing this. First off, why is Abe, the Dahlia, the only one pushing this site? Maybe got a miscommunication here from the rest of the call-outs, because there's no way the entire team is pushing this A site. The only person who has smokes and your revive just got taken out very, very quickly. And they used the incentives on that because the smoke came out onto mid. They might get a free plant from the attackers, but man. Okay, so Modulus recognized we need to push all the way back. They don't know that we're here, and now that they do, they'll try and rotate through the back of that B site, so let's try and just hold them off. These are good knocks coming through. Closar finds one with the Deadeye. They're going to be able to get a bomb plant. They do find a second knock as well with the help of Chalk. They confirm those two, so now it's just two people. Hippo finds Gucci. Okay, 2v2 now. Chalk's just got to sit in luggage where he is right now. Just sit there, watch the bomb. It's almost halfway through. Closar, it's okay if he dies. He just has to delay this fight. They find one onto Hippo because Modulus comes and helps. And now this is looking like the attackers have full advantage. Bomb's planted. Closar's just got to sit back there. He might have eyes on bomb, even if you kill Chalk here. Yeah, he does have eyes on bomb. Okay, so now we're starting to see the tides turn here. All right, 6-1. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they will be choosing. All right, so we've got the Scorch coming out on offense as well. They're bringing out a little bit different composition as well. Of course, we can see we've got our Dahlias here. Of course, those are coming through. We've got a Seeker on defense once again. No Seeker here. Instead, we've got double reveal coming out for the defense from Phantom Troupe, Dallas and Seeker. We do have a Dallas to match on the offensive side for 437 a year, but they're keeping the Scorch. They're coming out with a runway, and on the other side, they've got the Anvil. I love this coming out from them, right? So they've got double reveal potential. That's great because Seeker can be the one who reveals off of plane drop. Then you've got Dallas to snap the fingers to look to see if the padded steps runway is trying to make a play, if the padded steps Dallas is trying to make a play. Also padded steps with the snap. He can make plays on the backside through those flanks as well if they elect to. And then Anvil, of course, with the double smoke for that retake. I am loving this. So let's see what they do off the plane. Pistol round will have their abilities, plus, of course. Oh, that's massive. Abe finally making some plays. Not playing the Dahlia this time. Gets a down with the bow immediately on the Tychons, and then everything just fell apart. That was as quick as you can do it on the defensive side. Okay, so they've got 2 rounds in their favor now. Big play out of Abe. That really set the tone there. Abe had a tough time on Dahlia, but taking him off of Dahlia, maybe he kind of woke up here. I already know the results of the game. You know, some of you do too. But really, that entire round just kind of came down to the aggressiveness that was allowed because that play from the knock onto Tychons from Abe with that bow. Just, you know, lucky little bounce from him, but still. That really set the tone. All right, so 3 get revealed. Scorch the only one not. Now they do get revealed. Finds one down. Closar doing big things up close. That's what you like to see. Anvil, if he plays the B site, you play on that pole. You have your shield to work with if they try and push you as well. I don't know if he has C4 available. They know where Hippo is. They can confirm that. And then they find the other one as well. Closar did go down, but that was okay. A little bit of revive money coming through. But again, that Seeker bow on this site is massive because once you get that reveal off, you're like, okay, there's 3. Let's go. Throw a sensor, a sticky sensor as well. You can reveal Scorch, and then of course you have Closar. Because that reveal comes through, Closar knows how dangerous it is for him to play up on lockers, but he was still able to do it successfully because he has Abe helping him out. You saw the shots from Abe coming out. Nice little bounce nade to try and confirm that, and then after that it's just pretty much sweep him up. That down came through. Nice Semtex, 20 damage, but everyone's pushing in behind him. You can see those arrows coming in behind him as well, so that's just a better round. All right, so this time around, 6-3 here. Same play coming in from the offense, but the defense is ready for it. Bounce nade comes in. Let's see if this grabs anyone. It does. Abe returning the favor. All right, so that's a good bounce nade. Now let's see what they have. You see the shield goes up because he had to back up. Couldn't quite back up all the way towards Abe. Dallas did go down, but now Closar on this anvil is just getting aggressive, and I like this from him, right? Because he's just pushing in their face, doing whatever's needed. It's a 3v1. They have the bomb in their possession, so this is the textbook defense. Look at Gucci. Closar's trying to make a play. I don't know what Closar's doing. Well, he did allow Abe to push up and make that play, so I guess that's a good play. I still would have just kind of drew that out. There's 3 of us, 1 of them. We've got the bomb in our possession. Literally has to walk through a firing squad to get that bomb. So great play there from the defense, really isolating that one guy. All right, let's take a look here and see what they got this time around. So uses the bow, quickly recognizes no one is there. They're going to throw a sticky sensor on that plat just in case someone tries to make a rotation. All right, so snap did come through from the attackers because we saw that Modulus was revealed. Nice down here. Now this is where you make the play. They got to smoke this out and get the shield up. They're pushing luggage. I don't know. Runway trying to watch the bomb. That sometimes no good, but still Kazaki was there to finish off Abe. Finishes that one off. Still trying to make some plays. Modulus going for the revive. Does get it. Okay, so now it's a 2v2. I don't know if Modulus has padded steps. They've got Kazaki in the tower watching. You will see Modulus here. So he doesn't get the down. Has to try and push this, but Modulus wins that fight. Doesn't matter if Runway finishes the last 2. She won her 1v1, which was massive. But the Dahlia, Kazaki not getting that down and then trying to push and losing that fight while in midair, that was massive. Modulus could have turned that entire fight around there. Okay, we don't need to watch this replay, so we can just skip ahead of this. All right, so here we go in the next round. Playing in Heaven, I don't know if I like this, especially very early when you don't have a fully upgraded sniper. By the way, a little trick of the trade here. Pretty sure this still works, but if you shoot the Runway or Phantom sniper rifle, LR-15 full body. Okay, smokes went down. There's one smoke. There's the second smoke. Grenade off this corner. That's not going to be as good of a throw as she would have liked. G going down is massive. Nice shots onto Gucci. Gucci's kind of stuck in that corner. He has to try and get out. They did finish off Giaroli once again. So now bombs out in the middle of nowhere. But real quick, just what I was saying about that sniper rifle. If you shoot it, swap weapons, and then quickly swap back, you don't have to wait for her to, like, kind of, you know, empty the, the bolt action. To me, I think it's like the same amount of time, though. But some people, they prefer that. That's why you see like that weird animation with the rifle when they do it, when they're unscoping, because they're swapping and then swapping back, so they don't have to hit that bolt action. Yeah, see, bomb being out in the middle of nowhere. Runway's kind of stuck in a pickle. That's a 3v1 collapse on her. That's good defense. Now they're just going to finish everything up. So the defender's starting to make some plays here. Closar really is a huge plus on this anvil for them, whether they need the shield for defuse or not. They're still putting the shield in good spots. He's playing it. Okay, well, Dallas is. Okay, I don't know what that is. Through the Semtex, trying to put the briefcase down in time. So now, that's unfortunate. We'll have double incense from both Giaroli and Hippo on this Dallas here. Okay, so they snap the fingers. That's the only reveal they have. Remember that. The defenders using that Seeker Bow to check B at the beginning. All right, so Incense is going to stop them from pushing. They're going to go for the plant here. They do get the plant. Giaroli goes down, trying to get the pickup, though. Will do so with that Dahlia Link. But Giaroli's stuck. Can't get out. So he just has to push forward. He does find one. That's massive, but he goes down as well. Closar finds one onto Kazaki. Abe's holding back here, has the bow because it's back up. That reveal will come through. He hears footsteps in mid, just doesn't know whether or not to commit to that. Smokes go up. That shield's up, by the way. This is a beautiful retake. Beautiful. They shut out luggage, and look at that. Incen was not in time. You've got to get that Incen down faster. Didn't have a trophy, didn't need one. That's just beautiful play from the anvil. The Dahlia smokes came in. Once the smokes came in, that defuse came through. All right, so now we've got ourselves a game on our hand here. 7-6 now. Remember, this was a 6-0. It's just simple mistakes coming out from the side of 437 EU. And also, the composition is just a lot better from the defensive side of Phantom Troupe because they can find two ways to reveal. Plus, that Seeker Bow will be back up in time after the bomb gets planted. They can kind of feel out luggage, see how many are there, and determine what they need to push. They're also getting Giaroli down quickly here. That's massive. Where's the help? There was no help. There's no help on the edge here from the Dahlia because there's too much mid pressure from the defenders, which means she can't sit here. So Giaroli's left on an island by herself, which means that Dallas could wide swing on the edge there where he did and get nice line of sight onto Giaroli. Beautifully done here. That's just beautifully done. So now we see the smoke come out. The shield's up. They're going to be able to get a defuse because they can hold luggage off with this Ensign. That's going to push them back. And Tyken's up here for no reason. Okay. Simple geometry. He cannot see this bomb. And the shield is here. So whoever's in luggage cannot shoot the defuse because the shield's up. Plus, the Incen pushes them back. So they're getting pushed out of luggage. Tykens cannot see the bomb. This is not good. This is not good. Also has this to kind of help them. See, the Semtex came in. Doesn't even need to kill the whole team. Two people are still alive. Tykens and Hippo. Doesn't matter. Bomb defuse comes through. Okay, so now we're going to a 7-7. 7-7 here. All right. Actually, let's take a look at this replay. Let's see what this was. So yeah, there's a nice nade that comes in from Abe. That bounce nade off the wall, that really set the tone because then they swung in. Got Giaroli here. Look at that. Because no one can watch that corner. Because Closar is watching this angle, right? So if you sit on this corner, this guy's wide open, or he's not wide open, because if you cross where this Dallas is here, this guy sitting on the corner can shoot you, right? But that can't happen because no one's here. Because this guy is watching this angle, right? So you can't sit here, which means this guy's wide open, which means Dallas swings, boom, shot you up. So now what's going to happen is Closar is going to come in because you've got one down and out. You've got this guy down. He's going to die because even if they don't kill him straight up, his revive potential is gone. This guy's sitting in heaven for some reason. This guy's got to play in luggage by himself. He's getting pushed on. So to protect Closar to get in, right? The shield's going to go up right here to block luggage. No line of sight on bomb from Tychons. Plus you have this cover here in case the Semtex comes in, which it did. You need a smoke. Dahlia is here. This is Dahlia right next to Dallas, that little blue triangle. The yellow triangle is the one we're watching. Smoke comes in here. Let me erase all this. The smoke comes in here. Once this smoke comes in, boom, free shield plant. Bam, get that defuse. Let's get it done, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're saying right now. Okay? So that is a huge 2 kills. There's the smoke. Throw the incense to get them off of the luggage cover. Beautiful retake. Composition coming out from Phantom Troupe is 10 out of 10 versus this other team. Plus positioning is just a lot better. Closar's really stepped up their game as well. Abe, only 5 downs, but 10 assists and huge plays, right? All right, so they did get the reveal with the Seeker Bow. They know where they're coming from. Look at this. Modulus has a great flank ready to go. Preoccupied on 3 people from the defense. They're going to push in. That won't work. Everything's falling apart. What a defensive stance. That's the way to do it. And that's how they win. Modulus with a huge, massive flank coming in. Wow. He was setting up in case that was going to be a push onto the A site once again. But again, it's just better play coming out from the defenders on both sides, really. I mean, it was 6-0 for the defensive side of 437 EU. Lockdown's usually an offensive map, but these 2 teams struggled on offense. Then when you flip halves, you go to halftime, Phantom Troupe hits the defensive side. They pretty much go 6-1 on that defensive side. So both teams going 6-1 on the defensive side. And Phantom Troupe just had that second half be their defensive side. And they had a better retake, whether it was a B push or an A push. So props to Phantom Troupe for really picking up their gameplay there with the anvil and some really good plays with that double reveal potential. So once again, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. 437 EU versus Phantom Troupe. If you haven't watched any of the qualifier games, those are also on the channel, so make sure you go check those out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below for this video as well. Thank you for those who responded in the last one, whether it was through the Console Corner Discord, which the link is below, or you hit me up on Twitter, whether it was publicly or in DMs or in Discord DMs or on the comments of the videos. Just let me know what you guys think, and keep grinding, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh, hello there. It's Blue. I'm a terrible dancer, so ignore that version of me on the screen and listen to my voice when I say thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and of course, click on another video of mine. I heard you'll like those over there. They're pretty good.